If your content isn't bringing sales, you're probably missing one of these three key pieces. Let's fix it in this video. Hi, my name is Amanda. I've been a freelance social media manager since 2020, and I've along the way, I've also helped clients go from zero to $30,000 in a month, and also from no followers on TikTok to 140,000 followers. So, if you want to keep learning about marketing and how to fix your sales and engagement, keep watching. Strategy is the number one thing that I see a lot of businesses, content creators make a mistake of not having. So a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, my strategy is going in to Instagram, seeing what's trending, and then they'll do that trend for their account, and then they'll just basically go into relating it to their offer, or whatever it is, their brand, right? So I think that, yes, that, I mean, I do that as well, but you shouldn't just be posting trends, right? And then the other strategy that I see a lot of is people are always posting sales content. Like, how on ManyChat you can go in and send people a link, so then people are like, "Oh yeah, my strategy is just to create content of their product or service." And then basically they'll go into ManyChat and say, like, "Here's a link to, da da da," right? And I think this is a thing that a lot of people are actually missing, because if you're posting just sales content, I think, yeah, you are a business and you want to make sales, but you also need to create content that's going to drive engagement and going to what the algorithm is going to send your content to new people, because you also want to grow your account, right? I know you want to make sales, but you also want to grow your account. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think, like, people, they'll either do like, "Oh, I'm only going to post sales content for 3 months, and then the other 3 months I'm going to just post like engagement posts." But you don't want to do that strategy, because if you do that, then that means that you're going to lose followers throughout the time that you're just posting sales content. So, this is why I think it's really, really important to have a strategy. And I think, like, people have either no strategy or lack of strategy. And I think the biggest thing is you have to be able to see the bigger picture of, you want to grow and then you also want to make sales. So, you need to be able to create content that's going to do these things, because if you're just creating all sales content, think about it. Like, for you, when you follow a content creator or a business, are you going to want to keep following them, even though you're probably not going to buy, you're not going to buy their whatever it is they're selling? So it's like, you're going to probably unfollow them if they're only posting that, right? And then if they're only posting like videos that are trending and that are going to get a lot of likes, you're probably going to unfollow them as well. So you need a strategy in your marketing. You need to see social media content as a way to put your news out there, to get followers, to grow your community. And, that's the biggest thing. But if you're looking for more of like, um, basically like a long form content, I think, is the where you really want to grow. I think that's the biggest thing, is like, focus on a podcast, a YouTube channel, a blog. Like, that long form content, you guys, is going to be so good for your brand, because long form content has the highest amount of conversions versus short form video content. I think a lot of people are missing this fact of, like, just creating social media content to make sales. And it's like, yes, it can do that, but you also want to focus on your long form content as well, to bring in the majority of your sales, because it's like really easy for people to convert there versus just on social media. Because, as you know, social media, people are doom scrolling, they're just going super fast, just trying to find something entertaining. And so this, excuse me, this is why I think it's really, really key for you to have a strategy when you're making your content. And then also, like, for your social media and your long form content, you need to have a strategy. I think too many people think, "Oh, well, strategy, I don't really need that, because when I do that, then nothing goes like viral or anything like that." It's like, yeah, but what about your sales? You are a business at the end of the day, right? So I don't want to go too much into that. But the second thing is execution. So I think the biggest thing that I hear is just the lack of execution, or not having like a team to help you with execution. So I think the biggest thing is basically Can you figure out a system if you don't have the budget, if you can't, have the budget to outsource editing? Can you work around that? You don't have to have the most fancy editing and stuff like that. So the biggest thing is just getting started. Can you film like a couple of YouTube videos like this? Can you film a couple reels a week? Like, I'm pretty sure everybody has at least an hour. Okay, so I think the other thing is too is like execution wise, if you can't film like a talking video or a talking podcast and stuff like that, maybe instead you just do b-roll clips and then you post that video, and then on top of it you do voiceovers. So like, you guys have all seen this on Instagram. A lot of things go viral on Instagram that are kind of just like b-roll. So like you going on a bike ride, you do the things that you're gonna do anyway, like just make it part of your brand. And that's gonna be really key for filming and stuff, because I think that's the biggest thing that I hear is like, I don't have enough time, or they don't have the budget, or something to that source. But basically execution is all in your mind. You have to figure out a way to do it. Like, anything is going to work. You can figure out what's going to be that thing for your brand. And then the other thing is, like, if you're filming the exact same thing over and over, or like your execution is not like the greatest, like try to figure out how you can create better videos, or like what's a different format style. Like last week I filmed a get ready with me video instead of just like straight up talking to the camera. So do something different that's out of your element. I think that's going to be really, really key when you're executing videos. Now, if you're doing like written content, like blogs, the biggest thing is, like I would just use ChatGPT to do like a quick blog outline. If you're trying to get like, I don't know, like 10 vlogs a month or something like that. So do like a quick ChatGPT, like a quick outline. And a lot of times when they give you an outline on whatever it is, the topic that you want to create, it's like either going to be wrong, or it's going to be like not even relevant to the content that you are actually talking about. And so that's going to be, a step that's going to help you, so that you can go ahead and like, oh, that's a good idea, that's not a good idea. So then you're the one editing it, right? It's going to be from your voice. And that could be for Substack as well. So I think the biggest thing is execution, figuring out, batching reels, writing captions, client work. Another thing I would say is, a tip, it could be like Monday filming, Tuesday editing, Wednesday posting, or something to that extent. Like, figure out a schedule that's going to work for you. Like I said, if you can't do that, then like, instead of doing talking videos like this for like YouTube, maybe you take clips and then you do a voiceover or something to that extent, or you're doing like a tutorial with Canva or something to that effect, right? I think that's going to be really, really key for a lot of you, in just batching out your time, or spending like, an hour here doing this, an hour there, an hour editing, an hour filming, and stuff like that. The last thing I want to say is tracking. So basically, um, I feel like the biggest thing, I see a lot of people, they just don't know how much money they're actually investing into their marketing. So like, go in and track your metrics. Look at, see like what reels are getting the most likes, what podcasts are getting the most downloads. I feel like so many brands are not doing this. They're not tracking. Look into what made got the most engagement. Like, look at what got the most website clicks. Look at your blogs, what's driving the most traffic. You don't have to look at the tracking part every single day, because I feel like that's when you'll go insane. But go and look like once a month, once a week. Look, have a reminder on your phone, like, hey, track, whatever it is that you're tracking in your marketing. Your email, you can track your email subscribers. How many people are downloading your freebie? How many people are downloading your podcast? How many people are following you after your reels? So this is something that I feel like a lot of people are not doing. So again, I just want to repeat, the biggest thing is to look into your strategy, look into your execution, look into your tracking, look at the data. And I think this is the thing that a lot of brands are going to be needing help with. So, which of these three are you skipping right now? Tell me in the comments and let's chat. And if you want to do, learn more about your brand, your service, your product, and you want my eyes on your content strategy, book a marketing strategy intensive today. Or if you want to just like get a really quick feedback, you can also book an marketing power hour with me. So I'll leave the links in description, but this is going to be more so if you want strategic advice for your brand, your product or service. It's going to be really, really key. And thank you so much.